We're just 1 week away from the official announcement on whether Rhode Island schools can reopen in person.
Today, Governor Gina Raimondo announced that she would be making the case for in-person classes, even as teachers' unions call for distance learning.
Eyewitness News politics editor Ted Nesi joins us now live with what the governor says is highly unlikely she'll do next Monday. Hi, Ted.
Hi, Mike. Well, I pressed the governor at today's briefing on whether her mind is already made up to allow in-person classes in Rhode Island next month. She acknowledged she's leaning strongly in that direction, but says she wants one more week to decide. More than a month into phase 3 of Rhode Island's reopening plan, coronavirus trends appear to have stabilized.
Relative to a lot of other states, I think we're holding our own.
Rhode Island's positivity rate, the share of all tests coming back positive, has remained below 5% for nearly 3 months. That has the governor increasingly optimistic about sending students back into their classrooms on September 14th.
But I'm going to stick to what we said from the beginning. Operational readiness, testing, contact tracing, data, case prevalence. And Sunday, we're going to see if we check all those boxes, which I think we will based on where we are today.
As part of that effort, today the governor launched a new Education Operations Center supported by the National Guard. It's supposed to provide 24/7 assistance to local school districts on everything from contact tracing to transportation.
This Education Operations Center is going to operate very much like the EOC that we stand up during a hurricane or a blizzard or some other kind of natural disaster.
You have not heard that in any other education system.
Still, the Education Commissioner acknowledged some parents aren't convinced.
Are you seeing some districts where a high percentage of parents are already opting through pods or whatnot versus other places where a lot of them are ready to go back in person?
We have some districts where it's almost 50-50 and other places where it's a small number of parents that want to do distance learning and they want their kids in.
Well, it might be hard to believe, but September is almost here, and the state of Rhode Island remains in phase 3 of its reopening plans.
And now we're hearing from the governor on just how long this phase could last. Eyewitness News politics editor Ted Nesi joins us now live with the latest on the governor's plans. Ted?
Mike, Kim, Rhode Island has now been in phase 3 of reopening for nearly 2 months, and it looks like that's not going to change anytime soon. Under Governor Raimondo's current executive order, phase 3 is slated to expire this Friday, but there's been no talk of a phase 4, and the governor's spokesman told me this afternoon they expect to extend phase 3 into September, including the current rule banning social gatherings of more than 15 people. That news comes the same day Rhode Island scored a high ranking in a new so-called Back to Normal Index created by Moody's Investors Service and CNN. Their analysis showed Rhode Island's economy is operating at 87% of where it was in early March, 6th highest in the nation. Massachusetts is near the bottom with the economy at only 74%. Raimondo highlighted the rankings at today's briefing to explain how she's deciding on reopening policy.
It is a balance between keeping everyone safe and keeping a lid on the virus, but also letting folks get back to work. Right now, at this point, we still have over 100,000 people on unemployment insurance. And recently I've been asked, are we getting the balance right? Should, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New York, they have held back on their economic reopening a little more than we have. I have made the decisions I've made to strike that balance.
The governor also saying today she's pleased with the level of compliance with COVID restrictions she's seeing at businesses when inspectors go out, but she does want to see more enforcement of social distancing at bars. Ted Nesi, Eyewitness News.